So, this will be a voiceover. Also, it's storming outside. I'm sure you can hear the wind. So, nothing I can do about that, but let's go ahead and get into our case. Before I do, I just want to mention that I do have a Patreon. If you are looking for more true crime content from me, I have a tier with true crime videos as well as a tier with a weekly podcast episode. So check out the link down below if you are interested in that. Our case today begins in 1999 in Hazel Park, Michigan, which is a suburb of Detroit, and this is where LeAnn and Michael Fletcher lived. They lived in a cozy one-story home in this quiet neighborhood. The couple had been married for 6 years, and they had a daughter together. Michael had just graduated law school in nearby Warren, Michigan, and LeAnn worked as a nail tech, a job that brought in money while her husband was in school, and also allowed her to stay home with their daughter. Now, LeAnn and Michael didn't have the happiest marriage, but by all accounts, LeAnn really wanted to make things work. She wanted to keep her family together. But Michael was very unhappy in the marriage, and he had actually been having an affair with a woman older than him, and she was a sitting judge named Susan Karnowski. This relationship developed as Susan was Michael's mentor when he first started working as an attorney. Their relationship began, and they had been seeing each other for a year, although Michael had been very clear with her that he had no plans to leave his wife. Susan and Michael actually ended their relationship at one point she would do anything to make things work, to make our marriage work for the sake of her daughter. So she decided to let Michael come back so they could work things out. In August of 1999, LeAnn found out she was expecting our second child with Michael. She told him about the pregnancy, and he seemed genuinely happy. LeAnn and Michael even went out to dinner with LeAnn's family, where they shared the exciting news, and everyone around them felt like this pregnancy had kind of rekindled the relationship between Michael and LeAnn, and things were looking good for the couple. The next day, Michael asked LeAnn's parents if they would babysit their daughter so he could take LeAnn out, and they agreed. They were excited to spend time with their granddaughter. When Michael and LeAnn got to their home to drop off their daughter, LeAnn's parents were kind of confused to learn that Michael was taking LeAnn to a gun range. I mean, a lot of people go shooting. That could be some couple's idea of a fun date, but the thing was, LeAnn actually kind of hated guns. She didn't want them in her home at all. Although Michael did have a .45 caliber gun, which he did keep in their home. I guess he had been working on a drug case, and he just felt like it was safer if he had a firearm in the home. So Michael and LeAnn went out to the gun range for a while, and then they returned home. After that, they were hanging out in their bedroom, and something happened. Michael would place a call to 911 saying that there had been an accident, that LeAnn had shot herself, and he hysterically told the dispatcher that there was blood everywhere. Police rushed to the scene to find 29-year-old LeAnn Fletcher dead from a gunshot wound to the head. A .45 caliber handgun was lying on the floor near her right hand. The investigators secured the scene and took Michael in for questioning right away. And police were very suspicious of Michael. The crime scene had been very bloody, but Michael didn't have blood on his hands or his clothes. And most people, like if their wife just witnessed their spouse shoot themselves in the head. But Michael explained this to police, saying he had checked his wife's pulse on her wrist and knew that she was dead, and there was nothing he could do for her. Back at the house, crime scene techs were investigating the scene. In a search of the home, they discovered love letters between Michael and his mistress, Susan. While this affair could have been a motive to want his pregnant wife dead, police actually didn't have any physical evidence to hold Michael on, and he was let go. It wasn't long before the medical examiner released the autopsy report on LeAnn, and it was determined LeAnn had not shot herself. The ME had uncovered, or discovered, I guess, that the gun had been held 12 to 15 inches away from LeAnn's head. So it wasn't likely she was holding the gun when it went off. The angle wasn't right for a self-inflicted gunshot wound, whether accidental or not. According to Michael's own story, he and LeAnn had been alone in the bedroom when the shooting had occurred. So now that police have proof that LeAnn had not shot herself, they know Michael had to have been the one who pulled the trigger. As they began building a case against Michael, they quickly realized that Michael had planned out the details of the day that he would murder his wife, so that he could create evidence, making it look like she had accidentally shot herself. They believed the reason he took her to the shooting range was so that the medical examiner would find gunshot residue on her hands and think that she had been the one to pull the trigger. They believed the motive for the murder was simple. LeAnn was pregnant, and he did not want another child with her. He did not want to be with her at all, so it was two birds with one stone. He could get rid of his wife and continue seeing his girlfriend. On August 19th, 1999, Michael Fletcher was arrested and charged with first-degree murder of his wife, LeAnn Fletcher, and the murder of their unborn baby. Michael pled not guilty. His trial began on June 12th, 2000. Michael accidentally discharged, shooting her in the head. He couldn't tell the court exactly how it had happened because, according to him, he left the room to go into the adjoining bathroom and he heard the gun go off. Crime scene investigators, however, could prove this was a lie. Okay, so remember when LeAnn died and police interviewed Michael, and they were suspicious that he didn't have blood on his hands or his clothes. While his clothes had been collected and booked into evidence, and turns out there was blood spatter on Michael's shirt, but such a small amount it couldn't be seen by the human eye. Now, it wasn't a smear of blood which could have gotten on his sleeve, like when he said he checked her pulse. This was blood spatter on the right arm of his shirt, proving he had been in the room when the gun went off. And this evidence was what really sealed Michael Fletcher's case. Throughout the trial, the prosecution said Fletcher had lulled his trusting wife. He was basically trying to make her feel very secure in the relationship. He was giving her a lot of extra attention and love, all the while planning to kill her so he could be free to continue his relationship with Warren District Judge Susan Karnowski. Now, Susan testified during the trial that she and Fletcher had broken off their affair in the spring of 1999, but had gotten back together that summer. Ultimately, a jury found Michael guilty of second-degree murder, and he was sentenced to life in prison for the murders, which is the maximum sentence allowable by law. During his sentencing, Oakland County Circuit Judge Jessica Cooper said, quote, "In all these years, I don't think I've seen a crime that was so incredibly cold-blooded." And she noted that the couple's 3-year-old daughter would have to live the rest of her life without her mother. As the verdict was read, LeAnn's family clapped and cheered. After the sentencing, Gloria Messner, LeAnn's mom, said, quote, "I feel wonderful. I feel wonderful about the comments from the judge. He didn't get away with it. This was justice for LeAnn." Michael's parents also made a statement saying Michael was innocent. His mother, Darla Fletcher, said, "He's wasn't a very good husband. I should have been better, and there is nothing I can do to make that up. But I didn't kill my wife. I would never do that. Not in a million years. Susan, Michael's mistress, was never charged with anything. She was suspended when the crime happened for lying and trying to cover up the affair. But prosecutors don't think she was connected to the slaying. But she is under state scrutiny over her assigning thousands of dollars in indigent cases to Michael. And that is the murder of LeAnn Fletcher. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I will be back soon